Hey, this your girl, msyelladiva. I am bringing you another episode. And just like that, season 3, episode 6, the silent mode. All right. If you're new here, welcome. Come on in. Sit down, take shoes off, okay? We do reviews here, okay. And if you are returning, welcome back. All right now, give me a thumbs up, like and share and comment and subscribe to my channel. And we will begin. All right. Oh, so Carrie is having dinner with Duncan, her downstairs neighbor. I thought they ain't like each other. Okay. I don't know why they having dinner. Oh no, he said he was supposed to take her out to dinner, but it rained. But y'all ain't got umbrellas in New York. Rain didn't never stop no show in New York. I don't understand. But hey, yeah. So he said he was taking her out, but not it rained. So they gotta get his pop roast or mutton, what he called it. It didn't look good, and it didn't agree with Carrie. Okay. But he wants her to read. That's probably why he wants to take her out to dinner, because he wants her to read his first chapter of his book. What I got in my eye. His first chapter of his book. Because he's nervous about writing a book about a female, because he's only wrote about male, so he wants the female perspective of his first chapter of his book. So she said yes, and then she said, "Can you read the first chapter of my book?" She said, "Listen, you need to don't say great expectations, baby. You need to lower your expectations when you read my book, okay?" So hey, if that's how she feel about her book, okay, they ain't got no problem, okay. So then she calls Aidan, and she said that, she was having dinner with her neighbor Duncan. He was like, "Who was Duncan?" And she was like, "My downstairs neighbor." She was like, he said, "Oh, like Dunkin' Donuts," and she was like, "Yeah." So she said he had dinner. Dinner was mutton, and she was like, and she said it's giving her bad reflux. So she literally popped Tums the whole episode. Okay, I don't know what kind of mutton that was, but she was popping Tums the whole episode. Okay, maybe that mutton gave her an ulcer. That's how bad she was popping antacids the whole episode. So I don't know what's going on with that. That thing may have gave her an ulcer or something like that. I don't know, child. Anyway, she may need her gallbladder removed. Okay, let me. I'm a nurse. Okay, never mind. Okay. So, but anyway, Aidan tells her that he's coming for a week because his psychopath son. Okay, the psychopath son, Wyatt. He found some place in the wilderness that he wanted to go for badass kids, okay? But he wanted to go to this wilderness camp. And so he's going, I don't know where it's at, but he got to take a flight. So he coming for a week while Wyatt is gone, okay? Miranda, since she can't sleep over Carrie's house because she eat all of Carrie's food. Okay, and tear up her scarf and her table. Yeah, so she can't stay over Carrie's house no more. So she's staying with Joy and the dogs. Okay, and the dogs. And Joy wants her ass out too, okay? She didn't want to say it, but she want her ass out too. So Seema is finding her apartment. So she found her an apartment, a real nice apartment, okay? But they want 150 because it's a it's a it's not listed yet. That's what it is. It's not listed yet. So, if she wants the apartment, she got to bid 150. I guess. So she said 150. I don't know if it was $150,000 over the asking price. I don't know, but it probably is. So, but Miranda was like, "No, she was just like, this ain't that perfect." She said, "There's some dogs outside, and so it's not that perfect." Okay, whatever. Miranda just said, she can't be the lesbian cliche, where, you say hello and then you move in together. I guess that's what lesbians do. I don't know. You know, I don't know. I know some lesbians, but I don't know what their dating habits are like. I don't know what their dating habits are like. I don't know if they move in right after hello or not. Okay. And Miranda wants Joy to meet Brady. All right. So moving on. Bitsy Van Muffling. Okay. Bitsy Van Muffling and her lavender marriage. Okay. Caught Charlotte going to the cancer center. And she was like, "You know someone that has cancer too? The Bitsy?" In her lavender marriage. She said, and so, cause Charlotte lies because she can't tell anybody that Harry got cancer. She said, "No, I'm going in there to volunteer." And so Charlotte was like, "Well, I'll see you at the Tiffany's event." And so she was like, and Bitsy was like, she was taken aback, like, what, what event? And so she was like, "Yeah, it's an event, for influencer and da da da." She was like, "I'm going as Carrie's plus one." And she was just like, "Oh, I don't know." She said, "No." She said, I'm going to call because I spent a whole lot of money in Tiffany's. I'm going to call." So, okay, Bits. Okay, boo. Okay. So, Seema is, having her driver drive her home, and she got to give up the driver because she no longer works for the firm anymore, and the firm pays for that driver and that car. All right, so she when he drop her off at home, that's it for her. That's it. Finished, finito, in. Okay. All right. No more car, baby. No more car. Okay. All right. So, well, Charlotte is giving a pep talk to Harry because he's trying to figure out if he wants chemo or if he wants surgery. And apparently, one has the effect of erectile dysfunction, and the other one has the incontinence. Okay. So either gonna poop on yourself or you can't get a hard on. So Charlotte was like, "Well, whatever you want, whatever one you want to pick is fine with me." So, and she was like, "I love you, Harry," and she was like, "I love you, Pollyanna." Okay, whatever. So Seema finds another apartment for Miranda, and it was apparently a better apartment than the first apartment, but it doesn't allow pets. And so she was just like, "Well, um, and they wasn't asking over the price, but it doesn't allow pets. So now she is in the dilemma because what's her name got dogs, but I mean, you gonna base an apartment over some dogs? Okay, over some girlfriend's dogs. They ain't even your dogs. The girlfriend's dog. Where we do that at? Where we do that at, honey? Honey, listen, Joy may not be there by the end of the season. Okay, we don't know. Girl, if it's a better apartment and they ain't asking over the asking price, you better get that goddamn apartment. Joy can't bring the goddamn dogs over. Fuck. Go over her house. But if you want her to come over your house, you got tell her your apartment don't accept dogs. Okay? Okay. I don't know where they do that at. That you can't get an apartment because your girlfriend got dogs. So what? So what? Y'all ain't even been together that long. I can see if y'all had a couple years in, I understand that. But y'all ain't even, girl, Miranda, shut the fuck up. You is silly. You is silly. You is delusional.
Are you delusional? Do you suffer from a mental illness?
You delusional, okay? You do suffer from a mental illness. What the fuck?
You stupid.
You was stupid. Okay. Anyway. All right. Whatever, Miranda. So Lisa is editing with Marion, and she puts her phone on silence because Chauncey keep calling her about this troller position that her husband is her husband is running for, and so Chauncey is harassing Lisa. What? She ain't the comptroller. You supposed to harass the husband. When do they harass the wives? I don't know. I ain't never been a wife, so I don't know. But anyway, she put her phone on silence because this bullshit is crazy. So then her husband comes in and so also she finds out that Marion is married. And so her husband come in and he tells her that her father died. Oh. Okay. Oh. So yeah. And she introduces him to Marion too. But yeah, her father died. And everybody was trying to call her, but her phone was on silent because Chauncey was bugging her. That's the reason why her phone was on silent. So Aidan comes finally, and his dumb ass over here throwing rocks at the window like he did when in the Sex and the City days. Yeah, but he breaks the goddamn fucking window, okay? He breaks the fucking window. Breaks the goddamn dumbass window, okay? Carrie of course I wrote over here, I bust the windows out your car. Okay. Anyway, so Carrie lets him know that these windows survived the Mexican War, the Civil War, the draft riots of 1863, and Hurricane Sandy, okay? But that one pebble broke it. Okay. So Aidan was like, I can fix it. I'm going to, go get this and I'm going to go get that. I can fix it. And so here go Carrie, dumbass. Well, you can't replace that glass. It's old and delicate and wavy. It makes rainbows when it hits the certain way. You can't replace that glass. It's delicate and wavy. And it make rainbows. So you can't replace it. Okay? What kind of shit is that? What kind of shit is that? And so Aidan was like, well, you're making me feel worse. And she was like, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to. But the new glass won't be the same. So what the fuck you supposed what the fuck he supposed to do? What the fuck he supposed to do? He already feel bad because he broke the window, okay? And you telling him that he can't replace it. He can't replace it with new glass because the old glass make goddamn rainbows and it was delicate and wavy. Well, it was delicate and wavy. It should have broke during Hurricane Sandy, but I'm gonna leave that alone. But anyway, so what you want him to do, Carrie? What you want him to do? He got to replace it somehow. What you want him to do? So then Aidan was like, well, we'll find some old glass, okay? And so then Carrie was like, well, we'll get someone to fix it. Yeah, because that is what you should have said in the beginning. What the fuck did you say? All of that delicate, wavy, and it make rainbows. When you gonna tell him, well, we can get somebody to fix it. Well, then you should have said that in the beginning. That was stupid. That was stupid. And so Wyatt is real upset because he said, why is anything not going my way? And he said Wyatt, the psychopath Wyatt wouldn't get on the plane when he got to the airport. And Aidan was like, no, the fuck you are going to get on this goddamn plane, okay? Okay. So they had an argument in the airport. Wyatt got on that goddamn plane. That would have been my listen. If I don't pay for this goddamn flight and all that other stuff, your ass is getting on this motherfucking plane. We would have fist fought in the airport. Okay, we would have fist fought in the airport. Okay, but we getting on this goddamn plane. I don't know who the hell you think you are, Mr. Psychopath Wyatt, but you getting on that goddamn plane. So, like I said, they made him go as they should. Okay, then Kathy get upset because she blaming herself because her son is a Columbine shooter. She done produced the Columbine shooter, okay, basically. Okay, cause but I mean, don't blame yourself. You got two other boys that is thriving and doing this stuff. Wyatt just needs some help. You just need some help. He may be the next president of the United States. When you see what we got now, okay, so I don't know what you making yourself feel worse for, but she made herself feel worse. And then Aidan, try to comfort her, and then they smash. Then they smash, okay. But he gonna tell Carrie that a little later. But yeah, but he can tell her right now. But he gonna tell her that a little later that he had to comfort her, and then they smash, okay. So, but she blames herself for Wyatt. I don't know why. 2 out of 3 ain't bad. As far as I'm concerned. 2 out of 3 ain't bad. Hell, he gonna be 18 in a minute. Yeah, shit. Fuck you. Get out. Shit, if you gonna act a goddamn fool, get the fuck out. We'll see you when we see you. That's probably what he need any goddamn way. That's probably what he need. Y'all over here comforting him and shit like that. Get the fuck out. If you don't want to play by my rules, you busting up my windows and shit like that, get the fuck out, okay? Okay? and see how that help you. See how that help you. Okay. Anyway, let me get off that soapbox. Okay, so Lisa calls her friend Charlotte and tells us her father died. And she was like, I couldn't say goodbye because I was working, I was working and I put my phone on silent. And so Charlotte tells her, tells her something really nice. She said, you were doing the work that he raised you to do. And I felt that, I thought that was a good thing to say. Her father, her father raised her to do that work. And so, don't feel bad because that is the work he raised you to do. Hey, I get it. I get it. I get it. I get it. So, but then she checking her emails and she gets an evite for on her own dad's funeral. Okay, an evite. Okay, for the homegoing funeral at the theater that her dad owned. So she was like, Apparently this person is Lucille. I think it's probably his girlfriend. So, cause I was just like, cause I don't think she said she was his girlfriend, but she was the longtime friend that he probably smashed, but a longtime friend. And yeah, so we'll see. So, but I don't think they said if he was she was the girlfriend or not. She was just a longtime friend. That it was probably friends with benefits, basically. He buying her purses and shit. Anyway, after Lisa gets off the phone, after Lisa's father died. So now Charlotte is worried about Harry's Harry's diagnosis and his living. Okay, so she wants to talk to him, and but Harry is watching the game. Harry likes his baseball game. Just remember when Charlotte cooked her first Jewish dinner. And so she was like, turn the TV off. He was like, this the game. No, this the game. Yeah, he liked his baseball game. He was getting bit up outside on the glamping trip, but he was still watching that game. So don't bother Harry when the game on. You should already know this, Charlotte. Don't bother Harry when the game on. Okay, you should know this. He didn't want to hike or nothing like that because he was watching his game on his phone. Okay. And glamping, looking like an Eskimo, but he had his phone. Okay, so don't bother Harry when the game on. But she did again, and she's worried about his cancer. She worried about if he gonna die. And so he said he reassures her that nothing's going to happen to him. Because she was just, she crying, talking about, he was like, nothing gonna happen to me. Please leave me alone so I can watch the game. Okay. So Aidan, finds a place in Pennsylvania where, it's a warehouse and, with old French windows. Okay. And so then Carrie now saying, well, regular glass is fine because she horny now. And he won't come to bed because, first of all, he feels guilty about smashing his ex-wife. And second of all, he trying to find this old glass to replace this glass in this window. Okay. so so but she horny because he finally came to see her, and he is overwhelmed by guilty feelings and this window. Okay. So later on, she was like, I'm gonna go to bed. Please hurry up and come to bed. She said, he said, okay. So later on, when she go get her Tums out the medicine cabinet, he got a post-it note. Whoo, you listen? I'd rip that post-it note up. Don't do nothing with no post-it notes. Okay. I can't. I'm sorry. Don't hate me. Okay. That's the Sex in the City. Okay. But anyway, he put a post-it note on the mirror saying, going to Scranton. I'll be back later. Carrie and the post-it notes, they don't work. Don't just cut a piece of paper out and just save it on to. Don't do no post-it note. I wouldn't have no post-it notes in my house ever in life. Sorry, I can't. Don't hate me, okay? Anyway, yeah, but she was going in there to get some Tums, and yeah, we got a post-it note saying, I'm going to Scranton, be back later. Okay, so at the Tiffany's event, Carrie telling Charlotte about how Aidan broke the window and he trying to find a glass of replacement, and she can't get no nookie. Okay. She can't get no nookie. Okay. All right. Charlotte tells her that Lisa's father died, and we are all going to attend the funeral. And then Bitsy come up. She finally got her invitation to Tiffany. She said it was in the spam email folder. So yeah. So I am here. And I have a lavender marriage. Okay. So Charlotte was like, good. She was like, and I'll see you at the Townsend boat party. So Bitsy was like, what Townsend boat party? oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, what Townsend? The boat party. To get this one. Okay, anyway, Lisa meets up with Lucille. And Lucille is, I don't forgot her name already. I totally forgot. That was a brain fart. Oh God, I don't forgot her name. I done forgot her name. Oh my God. I don't honestly forgot her name. I want to say Jackie something. I want to say Jackie something. I don't forgot her name. But she play on every goddamn thing, okay? Play on every goddamn thing. Oh my God, I forgot her name. Okay, whatever the case may be, her name is Lucille on the show. And so she she compliments what's the other child name? Lisa on her purse. And she was like, "Oh, that's a beautiful purse." She said, "Yeah." She said, "Thank you." And so then she looking at her purse. She looking at her purse. And she was like, "Yes. And this is my purse. It's a Michael Kors. Your daddy bought this for me. It's a Michael Kors, okay?" Then she proceeds to pull hot sauce out of that Michael Kors, okay? But Lisa wants to ask her why she did the funeral proceedings. And she was just like, well, all of the years that I was working with your daddy, And I wanted to call you for whatever reason, event or whatever. Your dad will say, don't bother Lisa. Lisa has a lot of work to do. Don't bother her. So when he passed away, I didn't want to bother you because you got a lot of work to do. So I didn't want to bother you. So I just did the whole thing myself. So she was like, okay, well, she said, well, I don't want it to be a a whole event. I just want something simple, plain. I'll do the eulogy, and I need it respectful. Da da da. So she said, okay. So we'll see what happens with that. Okay, so Joy meets Brady. Brady likes the dogs. He liked the dogs more than he liked her. So she is fine with Brady because he liked her dogs. Okay, moving on. So then, also, what's she also tells Seema to go over asking price of that apartment. Okay. So, cause Seema gave her to the end of the week. Hey, you got to get it together. Give me an answer. Either this one or no dogs, or this one who accepts dog. But whatever the case may be, give me an answer by the end of the week. So she called Seema to say, listen, go to that apartment, and it's $150,000 probably over the asking price, and see how much money more they want for them furnishings. Okay, so Miranda got the coin. Okay, she got the coin. So because since Joy liked Brady, she want that apartment. Okay, that's fine. Okay. You should have said that in the beginning. Okay. And she said, it'll bring me more joy. Boo. 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 No, boo. That boo. It's a boo. Boo boo. Okay. It'll bring me more joy. Okay. Boo. Okay. Shut up, Miranda.
Stop it. Get some help.
Anyway, Aidan confesses that he slept with because he couldn't find no glass, and he also confesses that he slept with Kathy, and because he slept with Kathy because they raised a psychopath child, okay, who was exhibiting bad behavior. Okay, it was a mistake. And so Carrie says she understands. Yeah, we know you understand. We know you understand, honey. You and Big, Aidan spin the block. You spin the block. Hey, it's okay. Okay, it's all right. She definitely understands. Okay. And so he was like, but we agreed to not have sex with anyone for 5 years. And said, Carrie was like, I ain't agree to that. I ain't agree to that. Yeah, he was like, no, really? He was like, you want to sleep with other people? She said, no, I don't want to sleep with nobody with you. But I ain't agree that I wasn't going to sleep with nobody if Duncan want to smash. She should smash that gardener. That's what she should smash, okay? But if Duncan or the gardener want to smash, I ain't gonna agree to say that I ain't gonna fuck him, okay? That's what she said. That's what you said. Okay, but I ain't agree to that. And then she was like, she was wondering, like, why we just now having this goddamn conversation anyway? I was just like, yeah, why y'all having that conversation anyway? Y'all should have agreed on that at the beginning. Okay. But she said, yeah, I only want to sleep with you, but I ain't agreed to sleep that I wasn't going to sleep with other people. Like I said, if Duncan want to smash, that gardener want to smash, hey, we in it. We in it, okay? But anyway, so they they smashed. Aidan and Carrie smashed, but whatever. So Lisa's dad's funeral. Lucille and her other Michael Kors bag. Okay. um, and it looks real nice. It looks very, presentable at the beginning. Okay. The rest of the cast outside waiting on Carrie and Aidan. They can't find a suit for Aidan, so Aidan come up here with them high waters and stuff like that. Whatever. Seema catches the subway to New Jersey because it's in Newark. Yeah, she catches the subway. I don't know why she didn't catch an Uber. Okay. I don't know why she didn't catch an Uber. Okay, but she catches the subway. I mean, it Seema broke. I don't know. I don't understand. They need to go get into more of Seema's story, because nobody knows what the fuck going on with Seema. Okay, they just is she broke? Okay. Anyway, so yeah. So so the funeral looks like a stage play. Okay. Literally, it looked like a stage play. They coming out with all these costumes. Yeah, so so Lisa ain't happy about it, and she only gave her 3 minutes for the eulogy. Okay. And she couldn't even get that out. Okay. Harry had to not Harry, Herbert had to help her get that out. She couldn't even get that 3 minutes out. But the belle of the ball was Herbert's mama. Okay. She had me cracking up. She said when she got in there and they started doing that stage play, she was like, I thought I was coming to a funeral. I didn't think I was coming to carnival. I said. And then then she said, Herbert Jr. Switch places with me. She said, because I can't see behind Coretta Scott King, styled by Liberace. Yeah. Oh my God. Oh, Herbert's mama was cracking me up. And then so Lucille turned around and say, I heard that. And she was like, I meant you to. I said, God damn the bad child. Okay. I meant you to. Okay. Styled by Liberace. Okay. Golly. She was funny to me. So then she go outside and Herbert gets the car and she's talking to Lisa. But, she tells Lisa that if your loved one, if you weren't by your side, the side of your loved one, their spirit didn't want you there. They said they wanted you to remember the way they were and not them on their last days. And so I appreciated her giving some kind words to Lisa, because she was tearing up that funeral. She was tearing up that funeral, but she did tell Lisa some kind words. That was nice. So after they smash, and so Carrie is sleeping in the morning, and Aidan is in the kitchen, and Duncan comes up to give Carrie her. Did he? Oh no, I guess that's upstairs. I said, did he hear them smashing? But anyway, he comes upstairs to give Carrie his first chapter, but he gives it to Aidan, and they introduce himself and whatever. And so then Carrie was in Dwayne Reed, Walgreens, CVS, or whatever, buying some more Tums, because she done finished that whole bottle of Tums. And so she sees Charlotte buying some adult men diapers. Why she go to Carrie's neighborhood to buy adult men diapers, I don't know. But so she said she basically Charlotte finally confesses that Harry has prostate cancer. And so she said he didn't want anybody to know. And so she was like, your secret is safe with me, basically. And so they hug, and Charlotte, cries like she ain't cried in a lifetime. Okay, she let it go on poor little Carrie. Okay, and that was the end of the episode. Okay, so give me a thumbs up, like and share and comment and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.